Good morning, good morning, good morning. A very wonderful good morning to all our lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's a beautiful brand new day, and I must say, this far, how the Lord has brought us. I'm so excited about today, not because it's Valentine's Day, but because it's the weekend. You are tuned in to GhanaTalks Radio, and this is your morning companion, the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Here we bring you issues, matters, and insight that matter every morning. I am your host, Estenam, and this morning I'm going to bring you the newspaper headlines. We are going to give you stories that are making trends, stories that are making turns in the news. And I have here with me in the studio Miss Debbie Adoso, Regina Bless. Good morning to my panelists. Good morning. How are we doing?
Yeah, fine.
Hope we slept well.
Yes, we did.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you.
I can see Miss Adoso already in the mood.
Don't make it look as if I'm the only one celebrating.
Oh,
you're also in red.
As you can see, I'm also in red. Oh, I'm not rebuking the fact that I'm also in red.
And
I am in red. Oh, she is in wine, please.
But it all signifies the same thing. Mr. Marie is also in yellow and.
How are we doing?
Yeah, fine.
Are you excited? Today is Valentine's Day. Are you expecting any gifts? Because I can't wait to see deliveries coming in. And now you say we are single. Or you are part of the committee.
Yeah.
You're part of the
association.
But please don't buy pressure for us. Don't go and post last year's gift. If nobody gives you Valentine's Day, please don't worry yourself. Every day is supposed to be a Valentine's Day. Actually, you don't need a specific day to show love to people. Show love to people every day, and I think that is a good thing to do. What do you think?
Yeah.
That is
every day is for showing love, not a specified date.
Yes, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for a specific day like Valentine's Day to give your partner or your loved one something. It should be an everyday thing. Like, it should be your behavior. Like, give us. Okay, so let's move on to the newspaper headlines for today. No Ghana card, no national service. The Director General of the National Service Authority, Felix Jemfi, has announced that prospective graduates without a valid Ghana card will not be eligible for national service registration. He explained that this measure is part of efforts to eliminate ghost names from the authority's payroll. So yesterday in the news, we saw that President John Mahama has ordered the NIB to have an investigation with regards to the 81,000 suspected NSS ghost names. And now we have the National Service Authority saying that no Ghana card, no national service. Is it that it's now that they want to do the correction? What do you make of that?
That is why I always say Ghana Day. They always wait for something to happen before they take the necessary step. But it's how do you say this phrase? It's better late than never. Yeah. So since they've taken up this initiative, I feel it's a major key to combat corruption.
So now they need to see your Ghana card.
Yeah, and I don't even know why up till now some people do not have Ghana cards. Seriously, I don't know why. Because when this thing was first initiated, it's free. Kosela and keke. I know, say it came with its own difficulties, where at times you would have to be in a queue for a very long time without the personnel attending to you, or you would be attended to. The card will come with a whole lot of mistakes. It came with its own mistakes, it came with its own challenges. But up till now, some people do not have a Ghana card. When you ask someone, your friend is saying, what's this scam will be? And you know the person as Debbie. A whole different name will be on that SIM card. Then you ask, why? I don't have Ghana card, so I use another person's Ghana card to register for the SIM. Ghanaians, we have a very big problem. But with what they've initiated,
I think it's a good thing, and it's going to go a long way, so that at least we wouldn't have foreigners. Because
even some foreigners have Ghana card.
Yes,
I'm very sure they didn't go through the right process to be a citizen of this country.
I think that needs to be looked into. Next, Debbie.
But I think the Ghana card for the national service has been initiated, because at time I use Ghana card to register mine, and most of my colleagues also use the Ghana card to register theirs. And it's a procedure. They will ask for your Ghana card PIN before you continue to the next step. So the Ghana card, for me, I believe is in the system for long, but it is we ourselves that we've done the thing, and then we need something to cover it up. So the Ghana card is there. We've used, because I use the Ghana card to register my national service. What's the name? For you to be posted, you have to use the Ghana card, because it's a procedure, and they'll ask you for the PIN. Without the PIN, they won't give, the next step wouldn't come for you to proceed with your registration. So I feel like they just want to use the Ghana card as a care off to what they are doing, because first it was ID card, and then they brought in the Ghana card. Even with the ID card, people still corrupt. People still embezzle funds from the state. So it's just like you pretending to be something you are not. So that's what they are trying to do. They have been looting a lot, and they just want to use the Ghana card as a cover, because the Ghana card is already in the system and it's being used. I don't know whether they started from us, or maybe they started from another batch before it came to our turn. But then I use Ghana card to register mine. So I believe that it's just something they just want to use it to, say something that will make it look as if they are doing something. And if maybe the Ghana card is there, but they are not really using it for its purpose, because if you are going to register for MTN, sometimes it's not you the person, but also do the registration. They can actually use, let's say Regina comes to me that she wants to register a SIM. I'll register it, and then I'll give her an excuse that the network is bad. So I'll have to but I've already registered that SIM, and then it's there. Then I'll register a different SIM for her. So when someone comes to me that she wants to buy a registered SIM, I'll sell Regina's own that I told her that I haven't registered. So Regina have no idea that her card has been used to register a SIM with her name and her identities and everything. And so the person will use that card and then go and cause a crime in your name, and then you have no idea of what is going on. So I think they still have to do something. It's not only with the Ghana card, but I think there is something that needs to be done urgently.
Thank you so much for that submission. So, on to our next headline. Majority apologizes to Oforiatta for raid on his residence. The majority in Parliament has apologized to former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta following a raid on his residence by military and police officers. According to the majority, its investigation into the incident revealed that the operation was led by Richard Jakpa, an official of the National Security Coordinator's Office. Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga described the raid as regrettable, emphasizing that the Mahama government remains committed to protecting the rights of all citizens. What do you make of it? Why would the majority go and apologize to the micro minority? This is somebody who has been declared as a fugitive and has been declared wanted. So if you have come out to say that this person is a fugitive, do you know who a fugitive is? The person has flee simply because, like, as a wire the money and you have declared him wanted, and now you are back again to say that you are apologizing and then you regret for raiding his house. Don't you think it makes them weak?
If I stand to be corrected, it's not the majority who raided the house, right?
Okay.
And I feel that the people, military personnel or police officers who did that do not have any connection with the NDC whatsoever. If maybe they have any connection with the NDC, we are yet to get to know that. So I feel that is a very bold step they've taken, and it shows and proves how matured they are. That is my own personal opinion. In Tianfan, they say, I'm not in good times with Sister Debbie, and I get to find out that Nami Pengushi has lost a loved one. I wouldn't say that because I'm not in good terms with her, I wouldn't sympathize with her. I would sympathize with her. I would sympathize with her. So I feel said what they did, they need to be applauded on that.
But this person is wanted.
How would you feel if you get to maybe that's the consequence, but how would you feel? Nothing happened though, but how would you feel if you get to hear that someone you do not really like, his or her house was raided, and in the course of that he or she lost someone?
No, that is different. But with this one, with the Esika, why are the bonnet? Why are you laughing? With this can with the cathedral project.
Yesterday when I was talking about this, you specifically told me that it's not yet confirmed. So please,
it's confirmed. It's not confirmed. There are 5 cases that has been. We have the national cathedral project, the ambulance contract, the payments out of utilization of the tax refund accounts, GRA, all of that. And what are you saying? Ninsa Wom. Oh, right now he's a suspect. He has been declared as a suspect.
How would I say it?
Oh, you guys are making it look as if we don't know what we are doing. We the majority, we don't know what we are doing. And I think don't do that, please. I'm not saying I'm a majority, but I wouldn't declare that you've done something and later on I'll come and tell you that I'm sorry I did that. Assuming you and I are having an argument or we are having an issue, I confronted you because you did something to me and I got angry, I told you my mind and everything, and later on I'll come back again and come and tell you that I'm sorry for what happened. No. Simply because everybody think, oh yeah, you are the bad person.
They are not being sorry for the OSP declaring him a fugitive or being wanted. They are sorry because his home was raided.
But even with that, it was said that it was staged.
Stage oh, no stage oh, concert oh, no concert oh. Apology is apology. So let them just apologize. No, make your move free. You bab.
Well, for me,
I know the bab.
You know the bab.
I know the
bab.
I know the bab. You see, one thing about me is that when I get angry, I say lots of things, and what my ego wouldn't allow me to do is to come and apologize to you for what I said. It's because you deserve it. That is why I said that to you.
What's wrong now in them apologizing to the former?
It makes them weak.
How does apology make you weak? Hello,
Miss Debbie.
Well, I feel it's not the right thing because
it's not the right thing for them to apologize.
Let's look at it from this perspective.
Both of you have done that.
Debbie,
it's not like that.
It's like
let's look at it from this perspective. This is an incident where someone went to raid your house. You don't even know who is behind it, and then you come out to apologize. It means you've accepted it in a way that we are the cause
to you.
Yes. And so we are coming out to apologize for what has been done. But it might also be that you have no hand in it. You don't even know what is going on. This is a case where the special prosecutor has come out to say something about it. So I'm sure they are investigating the matter. It's not yet out to know who was behind it, because according to the office of the special prosecutor, the people are not from his office. They are not the people. They are not
exactly my
that
point.
They've sent from the office of the special prosecutor. So you coming now to apologize, it means automatically you've admitted that what happened, you have a hand in it.
Okay.
So as a majority in parliament, you should know that when you get to parliament, there is no, what's the name, friendship or whatsoever. You are there for business. You are when you get maybe at the premises of the parliament, like you are friends, we discuss as brothers, but immediately you step into the house where duties and say activities will go on. There is no friendship again. This is majority and minority. You talk as a majority, you enact laws as majority, you speak for, you are the majority. Let us feel that kind of vibe in you as a majority. Let's feel it.
Let's mafia them.
I'm not saying that like they are too big, but trust me, let's look at the previous majority leaders, Haruna Idrisu, Ato Forsin. Like, let's just mention their name. I'm not saying this current majority leader is kind of weak, because how like everyone and how they feel like communicating out there, that shows how authoritative or they have on an issue. But let's just take a look at the previous majority leaders when it comes to being a majority in parliament, and I mean the way they put things out there. Let's just look at it. I feel like they have the number, but they seem so down, and then it looks as if the minority is now the majority. Yeah. And then the majority is now the minority.
We are
so
too
how can a 56 years old man or woman allow yourself to be bullied by a 7-year-old child or a 10 years old boy or girl? It doesn't make sense. Even me standing behind, I'll be like, what is this? Well, you might say it's kind of maturity, because sometimes you watch people do things and then you keep quiet, but sometimes keeping quiet too much makes you look as if you don't know what you are up to. So I feel like there is no need for you to come out to apologize. There is absolutely no need.
Okay, so Regina is getting her facts right. What do you want to say?
There is absolutely no need for you to apologize.
What do you want to say?
I still stand by the fact that they extending their apologies, their sympathy towards Ken Ofori-Attah's house being raided. I still stand by that fact that what they did was very, very, very good. Because NDC is currently in power.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, NDC is in power.
Yes.
And majority, since they are majority, they are also linked to NDC. Officially, formally, they are NDC people. So, if something bad happens within their tenure, they have to apologize. Mahama would what if Mahama comes out to apologize? Is he the one who sends the personals out there to do that? No. I think he said the person who led the operation, what's his name again?
Richard
Jakpa, official at the National Security Coordinator's office. You see, so yesterday we were saying that if Mahama is ready to combat corruption, what of the people surrounding him?
Mm-hmm.
So with what Richard did, with what his officers did, even if it's not linked to Mahama is the one in government.
Mm-hmm.
It will be linked to him. They will say NDC abayan ba asono say na Richard ye say na NDC for ye. When this NDC supporters were looting government properties, they didn't say NDC supporters. They said this is what Mahama and Kwaba Power, see what they are doing. So the apology there is very needed.
Okay, so what didn't we see during the tenure of former President Akufo-Addo? We've seen a lot, but this is a case where I'm not saying something like that to happen. We cancel it in Jesus' name. Like something bad happens to someone in this company, right? Then all of a sudden I call to up, like they came maybe unexpectedly. You are in the house, and then someone comes to steal your stuff, and then immediately the next morning I call you to tell you that SNM, I am apologizing for what happened, what would be the first thing that will come into your mind?
Okay, so assuming as at that time
what is the first thing that will come into your mind?
So assuming as at that time Kenneth Ofori-Atta was in the house and they informed him that we are coming to the house and he runs away, what would you make of that?
Who is coming?
He runs away.
Like they are bringing the security men to ask, like bringing him in for questioning. What do you think? What would you make of that?
No, your question is not clear.
Let's assume that as at the time they raided the house, Kenneth Ofori-Atta is in the country, and then they call to inform him that, hey, a man for about fear or yeah, baby and he loses off. What do you think?
It means he's actually running away from accountability.
Don't you think
he knows what he's doing?
No, so he's guilty of the crime. So why should we still go?
See, apology doesn't mean you are at fault.
Regina, I
you
understand
saying
what you're
sorry
saying,
doesn't mean you're at fault. But what you are saying that something happens to someone. So you're trying to tell me that something happens to someone and you say, "Oh, so sorry for what happened to you." It means you have something.
I think he's much aware that once Mahama comes into power, there are going to be some investigations into what he has done. Yes. That is why he had to flee off. Because for them to declare you as a fugitive there, like, it's bad for the books.
Let's also take note that whether MPP or NDC government, no matter the government in part, there will definitely be something that they will do to make sure that there is this image about the government. But this is a case where something of this sort happened, and then why are you apologizing? What are you apologizing for? Well, to me, doesn't sit well with me, though.
Okay, moving on to the next new paper headline. Oral established as a tool for political persecution. The New Patriotic Party has criticized President John Mahama's establishment of the Operation Recover All Loot Committee, describing it as a tool for political persecution. The national organizer, Henry Nana Boakye, popularly known as Nana B, accused the Mahama administration of failing in the fight against corruption. President Mahama's administration is a growing disaster, particularly in the fight against corruption. The government established Oral Committee. For us, it looks like the committee was just set up for a political persecution mechanism. Now Nana B is saying that Mahama government has intentionally formed this Operation Recover All Loot because of the NPP.
Listening to this.
What about the NDC?
Sorry, there's a comment I want to read. It's on YouTube, and Branch Wilson Opati. He says it wasn't the majority who raided Ken's house. Mahama Ayariga is just trying to sympathize with him just because the news circulating is that he is gone for treatment outside the country.
Oh, yes, can
it's okay. To apologize. In short, there is
that is why God is punishing him for giving him sickness.
I'm sure maybe he's even getting better, but because of what he has done, he's actually afraid to come back to this country.
Please, you push your private jet and go and carry him for investigation. Now, the money that he has looted from the state there, he has to account for it, because he's a fugitive. I'll say
sympathizing with someone is not wrong. It's not written.
Oh no, it's not wrong.
It's in a situation where
it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Meaning so we're all about that.
Oh no, this is not an issue. When the credit that one now I can the years and the credit I am so sabe.
So the New Patriotic Party is criticizing President John Mahama that they've set up the Oral Committee, which is the Operation Recover All Loot, as a political persecution. So in his words, he's saying that it makes it look like John Mahama is being biased. As in, he's targeting only the MPP people who were in power last year. And then what about the NDC, who are also involved in corruption? Because it was two parties that were in power. I think NDC was minority in Nanado's government, and then now they are majority. So what do you make of that? Is he right? for saying that.
NPP will always have something bad to say about NDC, and NDC will also always have something bad to say about NPP. When Anado was in government, what didn't this man do? But these people kept quiet. This e-levy, to champagne, we are so let's say try cake. So I don't know why they are criticizing almost everything about the NDC government. If whatever step Mahama is supposed to take to make sure all those criminals are brought to book, he will do it. What is the work of the OSP? He's supposed to, maybe I would feel say maybe oral team or matter no. As Afenyo Makin said, what's the need of it? Because OSP is there, he can take up all those responsibilities and do that. We also have, I don't know if it's the work of ECO, Economic Crime Organization, right? Yeah. I don't know if it's also their duty to do that. But since it's something, should I say something criminal? So the MPP, they will talk and talk and talk and talk. We won't mind.
But do you think Mahama is being biased?
Mahama is not being biased.
From the stories and the news we are having so far, it looks like it's only the MPP.
Because MPP were the one in government.
What about
and
the
they
MPP?
were the one who were in majority.
So you think...
So most of the duties were assigned to them. Okay. And I believe Mahama, if an NDC member is caught in this, he would make sure justice is served. You understand?
Okay. So you think he wouldn't be biased?
No.
So let me add this. Recently, when they handed the research they did, the investigation and stuff, the oral committee, when they handed everything to Mahama, he made mention that they are going to go after each and everybody, void of whether you are an NDC or MPP. And he's not, and he emphatically stated that he's not going to be biased. So if you are in power now, or the people here, and then he spoke directly to his appointees that because I've given you the power doesn't mean you'll feel comfortable, because we are still going to investigate not only those out of power, but even those in power. We are going to investigate and make sure that anyone who has, caused a loss to the state in a way, one way or the other, you will be prosecuted. And so I don't think that Mahama is biased. You see, any government that is in opposition, and when the next government comes into power, they feel like the government is so much after them. Or anytime the government says something, they feel like the government is actually talking straight to them or is running after them more than his people. But here lies the case: you were in power before we came, and most of the budget you sent into power was actually established by you people. You only bring it into parliament, and then both the minority and the majority will sit and then they will discuss, and then they will actually vote on whether that particular budget will be passed or not. But when a fund is allocated to the ministry, I'm not there. Maybe an MPP, a member of parliament or an MPP appointee heads that committee. And so where is the money? So you don't have to think that because NDC is in power, so they should go for NDC people to prosecute. Once you're in power, you've held a position, and then you are supposed to account for what you've done. So Mahama is not being biased. I feel like he's doing what he's supposed to do. And then when the need come to also prosecute his people for doing the wrong, he will do it. Because everywhere he goes, he states it. So he will do it.
He will do it. Mahama is not being biased. As long as you are found guilty for looting or stealing from the state, you'll be brought to books, and then the law will deal with you drastically. Moving to our next newspaper headline. EU provides 1.6 million Ghana cedis to Ghana. The European Union has provided 1.6 million Ghana cedis in humanitarian funding to support communities affected by the ongoing cholera outbreak. The outbreak, which began in October 2024, has spread to 36 districts across 5 regions, namely Greater Accra, Central, Western, Eastern and the Ashanti region. So, European Union has donated or provided 1 million Ghana cedis to Ghana to fund the communities that has been affected by the ongoing cholera. My fear is that, you see, during the COVID-19 period, the monies that were donated that they never made account for it, we're even paying COVID tax.
Up to now,
we are still paying COVID tax. And I'm just hoping that Mahama will come and take such taxes away. I'm just hoping that this government is not going to disappoint us with the money that has been given to support these communities that has been affected with cholera. It is my prayer that those that have been affected with cholera will get hold of that money and then treat themselves, or the necessary health services they need to provide to them will be given to them. And please, let's make accounts for it. We want to see it. We don't want it to be like the Ekufado Baumia administration.
With you talking about accountability, all governments need to be accountable, transparent with every dime, every coin. In the past, Nana Akufo-Addo administration government, they were not. In the sense that with the IMF money, they've received for like how many times? 3 times, 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. We didn't know, we don't know. We never knew what they used the money for up to date. So with this money, 1 point, how many billion Ghana cedis? Whatever you use the money for to combat the cholera, you need to come out to us to be transparent with it. If they wanted the money to be private, it wouldn't come out.
Yes.
They would come to you secretly and give you that money without them not mentioning about it. But since it's a public fund, whatever money, whatever dime they use, they need to be accountable for it. They need to be transparent with us. I think that it's even high time where whatever, how would I put it, whatever documents they use or monetary transactions, they come out the way Nanado was doing. Fellow Ghanaians, you come out, you explain to us. But it's like the money is with them, they do whatever with it. I wouldn't say MPP, NDC, both of them, they are parts. Both of these parties, they are all corrupt.
Miss David,
I feel like the money shouldn't be given to a mediator. Like, this is really common in Ghana, where will actually be supported with a fund or an amount of money to help curb certain disease in this country, and then the money will be handed to a mediator or someone they feel like heads a particular department, especially when it has to do with health. Definitely to go to the health ministry. But then when it happens like that, we don't really know what they do. Sometimes the money don't even get to the people. So let's take tantamount to issue, for instance. This tantamount issue wasn't like an aid from a country to ours, it's within the country itself. But here, like the case where the people complain that they've seen, it's just like the way there is this statement of proverb that your eyes will see Kenya, but your leg wouldn't get there. So they've seen the money being donated to them, they've seen the money being handed over to people that they feel like would definitely get to them, but as we speak now, they haven't gotten their share of the money, and it's very bad. This is something that keeps happening in the country, and it doesn't speak well of us as a country. And so if we always say we are beyond aid, but we've not, for me, I feel like we've not gotten there. and then we are still being helped by other countries to help keep certain things that they feel like our strength couldn't get us there. Then I feel like when the money is in, they should use it for the intended purpose. Then after they've used it for the intended purpose, they should make sure they account to us. Maybe this was the amount that was given to us. Out of this, we've used them the money, maybe part of the money, to source for medications to help these people that are suffering from this particular disease, and then part of the money too has been used for this, for that. When it happens like that, it makes we the citizens feel like, oh wow, our leaders are actually doing their best and they are being accountable for whatever they do. But then in a country where we always hear that we've been given this amount of money has been given to us, and then at the end of the day we don't even know what happens. And then when we feel like our leaders are supposed to account to us on what they use the money for, they don't, and then they come out to tell us a different thing. So it makes us see them or view them to be liars. And since we don't want to keep having that kind of perception about them, I feel like they should be accountable, and it's necessary. You have to be accountable. Yes, very, very necessary.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that submission. So coming to the issue of cholera. Cholera come about as a result of dirty environment. So I'll urge everyone, please keep your environments clean, and especially to the children, please take good care of your wards, take good care of your kids, what they eat, monitor the environment they go. If you come back from the washroom, wash your hands with soap and water, your hands under running water with soap. And I think this is going to go a long way, so we can reduce the many reports on cholera cases. I think that will go a long way. That is all we have for the newspaper review. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Up next, we have the Debbie's Corner. Please stay tuned.
Welcome to Friday's edition of Debbie's Corner on Ghana Talks Radio. Today we are going to look at two similar exposés from different angles. Yes, void of politics, where we don't do too much politics. We say it as it is. We say the fact as it is. Yes, we make sure we say things that will bring truth and credible facts that will help in the growth of the country. And so today we are going to learn and we are going to bash. I'll be happy if you say amen to that. So let's look at this. I came across this yesterday, and I think almost 3 people sent this to me. It's just funny, but it's not funny. But let's read. The Ghana Education Service has taken notice of allegations on social media that some heads of basic schools are imposing unauthorized BCE registration fees on final year students. Management wishes to emphasize that these fees are unauthorized, and all heads are advised to cease this practice immediately. Regional directors are instructed to alert district directors to monitor the situation and caution all heads of basic schools. Any head who has collected such unauthorized fees is required to refund the money promptly. Failure to comply will result in sanctions. Heads basic schools are reminded that late registration of candidates will not be permitted. Therefore, all eligible candidates must be registered within the stipulated registration period set by the West African Examination Council. You see, first I said it's funny, but it's not funny. When I say that we have a problem as a country, no one understands me. Sometimes people feel like we talk because we feel like talking, or we say something because maybe we don't have anything to say. But this is a very key or major problem that needs to be addressed. Collecting unauthorized money from students, BEC registration fees. So this all boils down to corruption and looting. That's why yesterday I was like, in fact, no one is to be exempted when it comes to corruption. I said something yesterday that, excuse me, we all have a problem and we are all sick from a particular disease that can only be cured by the intervention of the Holy Spirit. Hallelujah. Education Service, Ghana Education Service has brought notice that some alleged headmasters of basic schools, the basic schools that we already have a question mark that needs to be addressed, and then instead of we, the head teachers or the head of the schools, helping the government to alleviate that kind of problem or issues, to make the basic and secondary education attractive, we are making it more unattractive. You are taking money from students, something that is meant to be free. Even if they are going to pay, it should be a notice from the government. But no, that's not how we want it. We want to be doing things that will come out to say. Then at the end of the day, they will see someone and say that the media always bash us, the media always do this to us, and the media always do that to us. But we are not doing the right things. We are the same people that will come out to complain that the government is not doing his part. And you see, this doesn't surprise me because it has been in a system for long. Why am I saying this? This same head teachers has been looting from parents, not now, and they've been doing it through PTA dues. Because when it comes to government basic schools, they don't pay fees, but then sometimes they take PTA dues for, something that they feel like they can actually use to help the school. But some of these head certified head teachers, people we called head teachers, people that has been promoted to head schools, are actually taking money, alleged that they are taking money from students and they are not supposed to do so. So how do we personify this? How should we call this particular group of people? Because I said that when it comes to the basic and secondary school, we don't really pay attention to the growth of basic and secondary schools in this country. And the basic and secondary school is actually the foundation of education in Ghana. Then instead of we helping the government to execute his duties or his goals for our education system, we are rather trashing it down and then making it unattractive. And so most of the parents will feel like, oh, well, maybe it might be from the government. So I don't really feel bad when I see some parents, like it's of no surprise to me when I see parents bashing the government because they feel like the government is taking too much from them. But it's not the government, it's we the people. We have a problem. Let's just admit that we have a problem. And I feel like every leader, including each and everyone, should go for checkup on corruption, should go for a checkup, a thorough one of course. Because we can't continue to do this. Something that is meant to be free, you are taking money. And the food that is meant for students, you are stealing it. And you are still taking money from them on top. It means you don't even feel bad for them. And then we sit somewhere and then we hail you, we clap for you because you are doing your best. You see, this will continue to happen if the same people who are caught, if the same people who are caught responsible for this act are not being prosecuted. It will continue to happen. Because we see some of these things, like the example I cited the other day, Chito Secondary School, where a headmaster steals food meant for students. And then we'll come back to say that the government is not doing his best. Now let me move to the other one, because I said today we'll be talking about two things. Now this has to do with we having our Independence Day at Jubilee House. Now when this issue came out, a lot of people were like, oh no, President Mahama, you're not supposed to do this, because like going out to other regions to examine how their culture, because it's not only about going to places, but it help us see something unique about the culture of the people. But have we come to think of this? Ghana is almost how many years now, and we claim to be independent, but we are not. Instead of independent, we are now dependent. And 2023, the Independence Day was actually celebrated in the Volta region, if I'm not mistaken. And according to report, we spent almost 150 million just on that. 150 million. 15 million. We spent 15 million on that. And when you see, let's say that the fact, how many Ghanaians, when it comes to Independence Day, are really happy to celebrate Independence Day? No, I can tell you on fact that 99% of Ghanaians are happy because it's a holiday, not because it's an Independence Day. Because they see no reason why we should celebrate Independence Day when we are still under bondage. Why we celebrate they see no reason why we celebrate Independence Day whilst we still go seeking for arms. And so I want you to think about this. It's not only about celebrating the Independence Day, but there are things we are supposed to do, or the leaders are supposed to do, that ought to be seen that indeed we are independent. But nothing shows that we are independent. Not at all. And so as I said, they are happy because of the holiday, but not because we are celebrating Independence Day. So President Mahama needs to be applauded, because we are going to cut down costs. Yes, we are going to cut down costs, and not to cut down costs, but I want us to also sit down and think about it. That not only are we going to celebrate Independence Day, but things that needs to be put in place to make it know that indeed we are independent, to make the citizens feel that indeed we are independent, is what we are supposed to do. Thank you for making time with me.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. I think that was a good move from His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for doing that. This is still the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Up next we have Today in History, Regional Bless. What do you have for us today?
The singles are being oppressed, like me. Okay, so today in history, Valentine's Day, as we know it today, has its origins in ancient Roman and Christian traditions. The exact date of its origin is unclear, but here's a brief overview. We have the Lupercalia Festival. The ancient Romans celebrated the Lupercalia Festival from February 13th to 15th. This festival honored Juno, the Roman goddess of women and marriage, and Phanos, the Roman god of fertility. And we also have the Christian festival Saint Valentine, February 14th, 269 AD. According to Christian tradition, Saint Valentine was a priest who lived in Rome during the 3rd century AD. Emperor Claudius II had outlawed marriage for young men because he believed single men made better soldiers. Saint Valentine defied the emperor's decree and continued to perform marriages in secret. When Emperor Claudius II discovered Saint Valentine's actions, he had him arrested and executed on February 14th, 269 AD. That is why they always celebrate him. Today in history, in 2018, a gunman identified as a former student opened fire with a semi-automatic rifle at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, killing 17 people in the nation's deadliest school shooting since the Sandy Hook Elementary School attack in Newton, Connecticut, more than 5 years earlier. Nicholas pleaded guilty to murder in October 2021 and was sentenced in November 2022 to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In 1984, 6-year-old Stormy Jones became the world's first heart-liver transplant recipient when the surgery was performed at Children's Home. In 1349, the Strasbourg Massacre, which occurred on February 14, 1349, was a devastating and tragic event in which over 2,000 Jews were killed in Strasbourg, France, now part of modern-day France, but then part of the Holy Roman Empire. This massacre was one of the deadliest anti-Jewish pogroms of the Middle Age. So moving to did you know? So did you know that red roses became associated with Valentine's Day in the 17th century, symbolizing love and passion? Yeah, love and passion. And also Valentine's Day is the second most popular day for proposals. Why would the singles be oppressed? We should stop that. And also, did you know the longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds? The longest recorded flight of a chicken about tie, is 13 seconds. Yes, you heard that right. So a chicken named Mike flew for 13 whole seconds before landing safely back on the ground. This record was set in 1973 by a chicken named Mike. So those of you who think chickens can't fly, that is the longest they can fly, 13 seconds. I believe I can fly. Okay, so the last, did you know, the longest recorded duration without sleep is 264.4 hours. Randy Gardner set this record in 1964, staying awake for 11 days and 24 minutes without sleep, just to set a record. Guinness World Record confirmed that. Stacy now.
So no. The longest. I have nothing to say.
The longest flight of a chicken is just 13 seconds. Yeah.
The longest flight
of a coco.
The longest flight of a chicken is 13 seconds, and the name of the chicken is Michael. Could you imagine that?
And the oldest tortoise is
Jonathan. Akoko efe ne Michael. So be efe Michael bia ye do dia to akoko. Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for educating us and letting us know what we don't even know. Thank you so much. And this is still the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. It's 8 a.m. Let's go for the news.
international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Daybreak News on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, majority apologizes to Oforiatta for raid on his residence. Oforiatta is not a fugitive. OSP got it wrong. NPP, Transport Minister seeks national security help to stop illegal mining and protect railways. And in other stories, CLOSAC declares nationwide strike over appointment of Samuel Adom Boache as BEVs and DEVs registrar. This business, sports and showbiz is coming in this morning's bulletin. The news will be read by Awentemi Akansukum. Now, the details. The majority in Parliament has apologized to former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta following a raid on his residence by military and police officers. According to the majority, its investigation into the incident revealed that the operation was led by Richard Japa, an official at the National Security Coordinator's office. Addressing the issue on the floor of Parliament, Majority Leader Mahama Ayarga described the raid as regrettable, emphasizing that the Mahama government remains committed to protecting the rights of all citizens. A group of individuals, including some in military and police uniforms, raided the residence of former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta on Tuesday afternoon, February 11, 2025. The incident occurred in cantonment while Oforiatta was out of the country. Some family members, including his wife, were present at the time. About 12 individuals, 5 in military uniforms, 1 in a police uniform, and the rest in plain clothes, carried out the raid. Oforiatta has been in the U.S. on medical grounds since the beginning of 2025 after notifying the chief of staff. In a related development, the New Patriotic Party (NPP) has come to the defense of former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta, rejecting Office of the Special Prosecutor's declaration that Oforiatta is a fugitive. Henry Nana Boache, the national organizer of the NPP, addressing journalists in Accra Thursday, February 14th, strongly refuted the OSP's claim, asserting that Oforiatta is not and will never be a fugitive. Boache criticized the OSP for making what he described as sensational statement that provoke public emotions and create unnecessary drama. He emphasized that the matter could have been adequately resolved through proper correspondence. The national organizer expressed concern that labeling Oforiatta a fugitive amounts to a national embarrassment, especially given the brief duration of the correspondence between the OSP and Oforiatta's legal team. To other stories, the Minister of Transport, Joseph Nikwe has engaged the national security to address illegal mining activities and encroachment on railway lines in the country. The minister states that these activities have damaged rail lines, hindering the effective operation of the railway system and affecting the revenue generation of the Ghana Railway Company Limited. This has contributed to a 5-month delay in salary payment for workers. Speaking to journalists after a meeting with the management of the Ghana Railway Company Limited, the minister warned that failure to address the situation could lead to an increase in the contract cost of ongoing railway projects. The illegal miners have caused damage to the right of way of the railway lines, and as such, if we do not intervene quickly, the contract sum will balloon. Yesterday and this morning, I engaged national security to help put up a stop to this kind of illegal mining along our railways and also to stop encroachment by others. We intend to use national security to bring these issues to a halt because they are not operating. The Ghana Railway Company Limited is unable to function, resulting in 5 months of salary arrears for workers. We cannot have a facility that is not operating. Now, the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, GhanaTalks, has declared a nationwide strike in protest against the appointment of Samuel Adom Obuache as the registrar of the Births and Deaths Registry. The decision follows a meeting with the National Executive Council (NEC) on Friday, on February 11, 2025, where concerns were raised over the appointment of politically exposed persons into the civil service and local government structures. The National Executive Committee revealed that if Mr. Boachi assumed office, GhanaTalks would embark on an industrial action. Following his official assumption of duty Wednesday, February 12, the association has announced that it has no option but to proceed with a nationwide strike effective Thursday, February 20. GhanaTalks has urged all its members to stay at home from the commencement of the strike until further notice. Now, moving straight to some business, energy sector players are pushing the Office of the Special Prosecutor (OSP) to extend its investigations into the management of petroleum funds to include past chief executive officers of the National Petroleum Authority (NPA). This demand follows the OSP's probe into the alleged embezzlement of 1.3 billion cedis from the Unified Petroleum Price Fund (UPPF) under the tenure of former NPA CEO Mustafa Hamid. The fund, designed to stabilize fuel prices and ensure the nationwide distribution of petroleum products, plays a critical role in Ghana's energy sector. However, allegations of misappropriation have caused doubts on its administration. Kojo Yaoche, policy lead for conventional energy at the Africa Center for Energy Policy (ACEP), has urged a broader inquiry, arguing that a full audit is necessary to ensure accountability beyond a single administration. Benjamin Nsia, Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, echoed similar sentiment, suggesting that the NPA board and the Minister of Energy at the time should also come under scrutiny. The OSP's crackdown on alleged corruption in the energy sector is widening. Alongside the NPA probe, the office has launched investigation into potential financial irregularities within the Minerals Income Investment Fund (MIIF), scrutinizing transactions linked to Quarry Value Corporation, Electrochem Ghana Limited, and Ijaba Royalties Limited. Energy policy analysts and the public are closely watching whether the OSP would expand his investigation to cover past NPA administrations. Now, to some sports, the High Court has discharged former Ghana Football Association (GFA) President Kwesi Nyantakyi from the ongoing trial linked to his involvement in the number 12 expose. This follows the prosecution's failure to present investigative journalist Anas Armiel Anas, the key witness in the case. Nyantakyi had been facing charges of conspiracy to commit fraud and corruption, as well as fraud and corruption based on evidence captured in the investigative documentary. The number 12 expose, released in 2018, uncovered alleged corrupt practices within African football. Nyantakyi was filmed receiving money from an undercover journalist posing as a businessman. In the footage, he was heard promising to use his connections, including links to then-President Akufo-Addo, to facilitate business deals. He was also accused of taking bribes to influence player selections for the Ghana national team. The trial was significantly delayed due to legal controversies over whether Anas, known for wearing a mask in public, should be allowed to testify While masked, the High Court initially ruled that Anas must first unmask in chambers before testifying in open court with his mask on. However, the Court of Appeal, in a unanimous decision, later ruled that Anas must testify without a mask. When the case was cancelled Thursday, state prosecutors requested a one-month adjournment to seek the Attorney General's advice, as they were unable to present Anas as a witness. Now to showbiz, as the world marks Valentine's Day Friday, February 14, the public, particularly the youth, is being urged to prioritize the use of condoms to prevent unwanted consequences, including new HIV infections, which continue to rise daily. According to data from the Ghana AIDS Commission, approximately 50 people are infected with HIV every day in Ghana. As of December 2023, the country recorded 334,095 people living with the human immunodeficiency syndrome. Dr. Stephen Ado, Programs Manager of the National AIDS Control Program at the Ghana Health Service, emphasized the importance of protecting oneself against unwanted pregnancies and sexually transmitted infection. In an interview with the Ghana News Agency in Accra, he highlighted the need for the correct, consistent, and continuous condom use to achieve effective protection. And that's it with the Daybreak News on Ghana Talks Radio. Log on to www.ghanatalksradio.com for more of these stories. The news was read by Awentemi Akansukumasi. Thanks so much for making time. Good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Good morning. This Friday is the beginning of the weekend. Fortunately, it's some people's, some sort of celebration. I don't know, some people that I kind of envy, but we still need to acknowledge them.
What do you mean by some people?
Good morning to our beautiful listeners. This is Ghana Talks breakfast show on Ghana Talks Radio, where Ghana talks, where Ghana listens. Now you can join the conversation on all our social media platforms with the hashtag Ghana Talks BFS, Ghana Talks BFS, and on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. It says Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio, and also via our WhatsApp. You can join through our telecell line 0202-544-614, 0202-544-614. Now in the studios with me this morning, anchoring the show, is my ever always representing beautiful Issy Nam. Issy, what's up?
Cool, y'all.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm okay.
I must say I'm excited.
Because of Valentine?
Oh, not because of. I'm excited and kind of like a bit sad.
Excited.
I'm
and
excited
sad.
for the fact that at least I don't know if I'm an illegal connection or a main meter in anybody's relationship. And then again, I'm excited because it's the weekend. I mean, we are excited about the weekend.
It is the weekend. We are all excited. Charlie, Ghana weekend here do. The way you people hype weekends in Ghana, are they so cool?
It's relaxing.
And then also with my very able gentleman, the most knowledgeable Dubik Stephen in the studios with me to hold down the conversations, the discussions of all the major news that we have coming your way. Mr. Dubik.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, today we are the only people who are not in red.
The only people who
Yes.
everyone is in red.
When I go to the studio, I realize that everybody here is in red.
Everybody except me now.
Yes, that's
It
very
tells a
unfortunate.
lot.
I have to go home and put on my red shirt.
On your red. But I hope you slept well.
Of course, I did. I did.
Yeah. So before we get into the major topics for discussion today, there were some news files which got updated over the past 24 hours. The first one is the Nantechi is released from all his charges. We know the former GFA president was being charged with some alleged scandalous activities in the Ghana Football Association fraternity. He subsequently got released from his duties and then was facing charges and prosecution.
Yeah.
But yesterday, there was a statement released that he's been cleared of all charges due to failure of the prosecutors, failure to produce a witness. I mean, and this case has been going on for 5 years.
Yes.
And they weren't able to prosecute him because for 5 good years, the people leading the charge against him failed to produce a witness.
It's not like they failed to produce a witness. The prosecutors actually produced a witness.
Really?
Yes. The witness was Anas. They produced a witness. But the court decided that before Anas can testify, he should take off his veil.
Yes.
Whoa.
So it's not like they didn't have a witness. They did. They presented a witness. But in a manner at which the court wanted to interrogate the witness also decided that due to his own safety and the kind of business that he's in, he has enemies.
Okay.
Unlike me, who can just walk freely. You can imagine if Anas takes off his veil and then now people start seeing him on the street and then are able to recognize him, what happens? But see, there's deeper reasons for the death of this prosecution than just Anas refusing to take off his veil.
Really?
Yes.
How deep do you think it goes?
Okay. The guy who really led the investigations or the expose or trying to get information from Kwesi Nyantakyi is the guy who died, Ahmed Swale.
Yeah. Yes. He was one of Anas's investigators.
Yes.
So if murdered sometime ago.
If he wasn't murdered, he would have been the person to stand in the witness box to give the testimony of the whole thing.
So the whole charge and prosecution was based on the investigative works of that journalist.
Exactly.
So do you think his death was linked to this revelation that he led?
Of course. If you sit down and you play everything back, I'm not saying I have evidence, but this is my own deduction and my own opinion.
Sure.
If you look at everything that transpired in that time, at that time before the death of the guy, see, we had a politician here in Ghana who took his pictures,
Yeah.
showed it on TV,
Mm.
and said, "Baby, I won't be able to be a mono. Kabia ba mitria."
Wow. I mean, and this could even lead to a potential reason for why Anas actually refused to take off his
Exactly.
veil.
Yeah.
Because the guy who didn't have a veil was killed.
Yeah.
So what is the guarantee that if I take off my veil and then come and sit here and testify, I won't be
I
also
won't be
killed?
also needed.
So in as much as what Anas does is to help the nation, he also have responsibility to his family, his children, his wife, and all that. So even if I were to be Anas, looking at what had happened to Ahmed Swale, I wouldn't risk it.
Risk it.
Yes.
Wow, this is Ghana Talks Radio. You are with us on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, and we invite you to join the conversation through our social media platforms with the hashtag Ghana Talks BFS on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and then on TikTok. You can also join through our website www.ghanatalksradio.com or via WhatsApp on 0202544614. You see,
Yeah.
you were about to say something before.
I wanted to say that. So is it that Anas has given up the case, or was simply because they don't have any witness to?
Okay. Who was actually pressing the charges? Was it Anas?
It was the state.
The state. Okay.
Yes.
So it was the state.
Okay. An individual cannot prosecute a criminal case.
Okay.
The state always take charge of a criminal case.
Yeah.
For instance, if I come here and then somebody stabs me and kills me here, individuals here can report it to the state, to the police. And once it is being reported, what happens is now the state takes charge of the case. So it moves from the individual versus individual, now becomes the state against this person.
Okay.
If you would remember, there's this propaganda, I don't know if it is true or not, in around 2001 when Chachi Chikata was first arrested.
Yeah.
Yes, at that time Nana Akufo-Addo was Attorney General. I think you know what I'm going to say.
I don't know,
Okay.
so please say it.
So there's this propaganda flying around. I don't know if it is true or not, but they said that instead of writing Chachi Chikata versus the state on the charge sheet, Nana Addo wrote Chachi Chikata versus Kofo. And the case was thrown out. So that's the propaganda flying around, but I cannot say if it is true or not. So basically, when that happens, it now becomes a case between
the states
and then the individual. Okay, so it's not like Anas is not willing to prosecute the case. Anas is now became a witness. He wasn't the prosecutor. The prosecutor was the Attorney General and his prosecutors. You get it? So if the witness is not willing to compromise his safety to offer testimony in the box, in the witness box, you can sometimes rely on the written statement of the witness, but sometimes that is not subject to cross-examination. So normally the courts don't like admitting those things.
But you see, Dubik, you are actually a law student.
Yes.
So in your own submission as a lawyer in the making, do you think that our justice system is flawed? Because see, this is a man we saw on tape. We all saw it.
Yes.
The things he said. I mean, whatever investigative process that led to him being charged and facing prosecution, we all saw it. So based on that, the judge or the courts can actually dismiss all these things.
Okay. Our legal system here is not flawed. What we have in Ghana is that you, the accuser, must prove the accused, you must prove that he has committed a crime. You get it?
Yeah.
So in as much as we saw the videos and everything, you have to produce some evidence beyond the video that we saw.
Okay.
You see, we say that I don't know how to put this, but to understand the legal processes in Ghana carefully, you need to get yourself embedded in a whole lot of things. For instance, if I just come to you and I tell you that you stole my laptop,
Yeah.
and I take you to court. When we get to court, even though I saw you stealing the laptop, I've taken the laptop back. The laptop now becomes an exhibit. You get it? So now the laptop also becomes part of the evidence. It wouldn't just be a hearsay that I said you stole my laptop and I saw you steal. Where is the laptop the person stole?
Okay.
So it is not just about the videos. It goes beyond just the videos. The person who commissioned the investigations or who did the investigation might also come in there and testify that yes, I did this investigation and it is true. He said this. He said that he did that.
Even with that being said, so Anas was actually willing to stand in as a witness,
Yes.
but because of his protection,
Yes.
or his safety. I
Yes.
mean, so the courts couldn't protect him.
No. The judge decided that, you see, if I come to you and start to punch you, I don't expect you to fold your arms behind your back and let me punch
Sure.
you. Of course, Nyantechi also put up a defense.
Okay.
You get it? So the lawyers of Nyantechi protested that they have to authenticate who Anas is. It's wearing the veil, it can be anybody else.
So whether it's me or it's AC,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it not the facts that we are looking for?
No, it's AC you cannot accuse me or you cannot make investigations about me and put AC to talk for you.
Well, that
You get it?
makes
Uh-huh.
sense.
So at the end of the day, you the accuser, I must face my accuser in court.
Yeah.
Who is accusing you?
Me. Okay.
Who is accusing me in this situation? You, and I have to face you in court.
Yeah, say more. On the entire time, their lawyers will bully you. They understand the pros and cons of. Yeah, this is Ghana Talks Radio on Ghana. We are on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Now, Dubik.
Yes, sir.
What became of Ahmed Wale's murder?
Okay.
Because I strongly believe that if something was done about it, at least it could have provided some sense of protection for Anas to stand in as a witness.
When IGP Dampare took over, he started a cold case unit. I don't know if it was there before he came, but the question you are asking me, I think they will be the right people to answer the question. Because in Ghana, in 2016, an MP was murdered. And up to today, we've not been able to prosecute or sentence the person who was accused of murdering the MP. He's still in Sawam. And the most annoying part is that this guy can get access to a phone and record himself telling us that this person sent me and that person sent me, and we are not even bothered as to getting to who the guy is saying sent him. At least questions should be asked. And if we are asking questions, are we getting the answers that we are looking for?
So in this case, in instances like this, whom do we blame? The is it the courts, the judges? Let's say the courts, because I mean judges are.
The courts will listen to both sides of the argument. You argue your case, I argue my case. At the end of the day, the judges who preside over the court are human beings. They will be swayed by your argument. So whose argument is grounded in law and is making sense is what the court will go by. So in this case, I will blame the entire comatose of the case of Nyantechi's case on the death of Ahmed Swale.
Okay.
If we were able to avert it, if we were able to provide that man with enough security, we would have been able to prosecute Kwesi Nyantechi's case and decided whether he is guilty or not guilty.
Okay.
Now his charges have been thrown out, but we still have the perception that he is guilty of something. So if the guy had lived and then had tested in the law court, and based on his testimony, the court decided that Kwesi Nyantechi is not guilty, he would have been free, and nobody would have had this perception about his guilt or not. You see, I always cite the example of Chachu Chikata. Chachu Chikata was given a presidential pardon in 2008 when he was about to, when Kufuor was about to leave power. He said he declined it and fought his case in court until he won it. Now nobody can say Chachu Chikata is an ex-convict. But if he had accepted the pardon, the plea from the president, he would have still been the convict. Exactly. And if you've heard about the recently cases that the Attorney General has filed nolly prosequi again. Yes. Chachu Chikata represents Jechi Kwesen. And have you noticed that Jechi Kwesen's case is not part of those cases? I listened to the Attorney General, and his reason was when he told them that their case was frivolous and he wanted to file a nolly prosequi. Chachu Chikata told him that no, he want to fight his client's case until he wins it.
That man is some way. No wonder his son produced a song called Some Way.
So in cases like this, I would wish that we could have had all the ingredients to make the case in court.
Okay.
And decide that he's not guilty or he's guilty.
Okay.
But since some part of the case or the ingredients is not at play, then I think that the right thing to do is to just throw the case out. And it wouldn't be fair on Nyantechi to have to, for the case to travel all this number of years, and always even his psychological or his mental health would be in jeopardy. So I feel that it is the right thing the court has done. Even though if I think that if we had had all the ingredients available, it could have been a different outcome.
Okay. Well, that is it from Dubik Stephen, that if we've had the murdered, may he so rest in peace, Ahmed Swale still being alive to testify, the case wouldn't have traveled to be thrown away, as we've learned it has been by the Attorney General or the courts of Ghana. Now moving on, Escapa, one of Ghana's power plants. If I say power plants, I mean a generational plant that gives us light in the country. They are threatening to shut down over a whopping $370 million debt.
The entire energy sector debt is 2.5 billion.
It's 2.5
billion cedis.
From when to when?
When you calculate the energy sector debt, you have to take it from way back up to now, because they have something called legacy debt. Okay, but what I know is that in 2014 or something, we set up a levy called ESLA. That levy was to pay the energy sector debt. From 2014-15 thereabouts up to now, it's close to 10 years now, right? So imagine that if we were getting, let's say $300 million out of ESLA every year, multiply that by the number of years we've had.
That would have been about $3 billion.
But do you know what we did?
No, what did we do?
We collateralized the ESLA debt, ESLA levy, and bought a bond with it.
We collateralized the levy, which was supposed to pay our energy
sector debt, and bought
to buy a
bond.
What was the bond?
It was I think it was called the Dacha bond.
Dacha bond.
Yes, and the money didn't go into paying the debt, so we pay the ESLA. The money doesn't go into paying the debt of the energy sector that it was used for.
Who were the people, the managers of these ESLA and
ESLA is in charge of the person in charge of ESLA is the finance minister.
Okay. Now,
and at that time,
2014.
No, you see.
No, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm asking.
All right.
It will lead to where I think we want to go to. Who set up ESLA? Under whose administration?
Under Mahama, his first administration. Yes.
Who was the finance minister then?
Seth Tekpe. Yes.
And when was ESLA being collateralized?
2018.
In 2018.
Yes.
That was under whose administration?
Under Nanado.
Who was the finance minister?
Ken Oforiatta.
The same Ken who is being declared wanted due to some financial misconduct against the state.
Yes. And you know that the funny part of the whole thing is that ESLA levy doesn't pay for energy sector debt. We use it to collateralize and got as collateral and got a bond.
A bond.
That is money coming in. People bought the bonds and we received the money.
As a state?
Yes, as a state. Okay. After receiving the money, we still went to these people, the people who bought the bonds, and told them that we are in financial crisis. We cannot pay for the bonds. We have to what do you call it? They had a technical name for it. Restructure the debt. So we are still taking what do you call it? The ESLA, but the money doesn't go to the bond holders.
I'm coming. Maybe I'm confused or I'm not following well.
Okay.
Now we collateralized ESLA.
Yes.
To buy bonds.
Yes.
Buy bonds.
People came to buy the bonds.
Yes.
We received the money.
Yes. Okay. Let me explain it. You see, the bond the collectibles from the ESLA is supposed to go and pay the bonds.
Energy.
No,
to pay the bonds.
Now you've collateralized it.
Okay.
Now you use it as collateral. Okay. If I use my phone as collateral to get money from you, definitely the phone is going to be with you until I get the money. Okay, so the money from the ESLA was supposed to be going to the bond holders, the people who bought the bonds.
Okay. So right now the ESLA is not paying the debt anymore.
Exactly.
It is going to bond holders.
It was supposed to go to the bond holders until we told them that we are doing DDEP.
Oh, so
domestic debt exchange.
It wasn't even able to get to the bond.
No. At the point, it went to them from 2018 when the bond was issued to 2022 when we started the DDEP. So from the past 2 years, you've been collecting ESLA levies. It doesn't go to the bond holders, and it's not paying our energy. So where is the money?
Hey, no.
Where is the money?
How much was ESLA giving us as a country?
Well, I need to check. I need to be specific about the figure. That. But I think it was giving us somewhere around 300 or above.
Yeah.
It will be above because ESLA is on fuel. It's on fuel. The fuel that we buy. That's where we get the ESLA. Exactly. So it's even I think it might even translate to billions of cedis. Billions of cedis. But I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, you want to be
sure of the figure.
Okay, so now this is what we are facing. Capoil is threatening a shutdown, and Capoil is one of the major producers of energy.
Yes. You see, when you,
how long has this debt been? Because we have a new administration, and we've seen people speculating that Cecilia Mahama ba na doing so
yeah.
well,
is this a doing of Mahama?
no, you cannot blame it on Mahama. You see, when Mahama became president the first time, we had generational deficit.
Okay.
See, the power we were producing wasn't enough for us. You can imagine, since Kwame Nkrumah built the Akosombo Dam, nobody added to our power generation until JJ came and then built the Abuaze thermal plant. When Kofo came, he never added anything until he left. When he was about leaving, that is when he commissioned the building of Bui Dam. So you could see that we had our energy consumption had outgrown our energy generation.
Okay.
So at a point, there was a deliberate government policy to expand the generational infrastructure. That brought about the Ameri, the car power, the Sankofa, the Tain, and what do you call it? All these ones were oil. The Sankofa and the Tain were oil fields, but their natural gases that they were producing was going to the Achuabo power plant to produce produce gas for the thermal plants that we were building.
Produce energy.
So the expansion went on until Mahama left power, and then he realized that there were debts. So how do I deal with this debt? He put in place a levy, a tax component that was going to offset the debt. At the time Mahama was leaving, our energy sector debt was 2.5 billion. And it's been 8 years since Mahama left. The debt has stagnated. It's still 2.5 billion.
Even though we have a
ESLA
tax
to pay for it. So where did the tax
where is the tax?
Exactly.
Into somebody's pocket.
The energy sector is complex, and I think that we need to sit down as a nation and devise a policy on how to deal with the challenges on our energy sector, because everything in this country depends on the energy. Everything, every single thing. Even if you're driving, you might think that your car depends on fuel and what do you call it, your batteries and all that. But when your fuel finishes, you need to go to a pump, which depends on energy to pump the fuel into your car. So imagine you get to the pump and they don't have light. They don't have lights. How do they pump the fuel into your vehicle? So everything dependent on energy.
What do you think the government, the new administration, needs to do about this? Because clearly, by what you've just made it understand or educated the entire nation on, this is not a doing of the new administration. So what do you think in their capacity should do to mitigate?
Well, they need to have stakeholder engagement. They need to bring all the industry players, sit them down, discuss their challenges, find a workable solution together with the industry players. Let them suggest a solution.
All right.
Do tweaks, but get their buy-in into the whole policy and how you intend to go
to execute it.
You get it? If you do that, even though you might have challenges, but because they themselves suggested the solution, they would understand. And if they see that you're working towards fixing the problem, they will understand. For instance, when they came to power recently, they said they didn't have fuel. They called all the industry players, sat them down, had a discussion with them, and now the doomsday we are experiencing is as the result of WAPCO, West African Gas Pipeline Company. they've shut down their pipelines to do maintenance.
Okay.
This maintenance was supposed to be done in November, somewhere in September, November.
Why wasn't it done then?
The government then
That's the
decided,
government.
yes, the government then decided to push it to this year.
Why?
Well, I cannot tell why, but I can speculate why.
Okay.
Because the doomsday, the petty power outages we are having now would have happened then,
Okay.
and we were getting
So that
closer
made
to
the
election,
government unpopular.
so the 41% would have reduced further.
Is it 41 or 38?
People are saying 41, people are saying 38. So sometimes the official figure out there is 41.
Oh, okay. Then
But
we
people,
will just go. with the
we will
official.
just go with the official figure. I wouldn't want anybody to take me on asking me to produce my 38 and all that. So I'll use 41.
Okay. Okay.
So the 41 would have reduced further.
Yeah.
So they decided that let's push it forward.
Mm.
If we win, we tackle it. If you lose, it becomes somebody else's business.
Oh, wow.
And they lost,
Wow.
and now it's somebody else's
Somebody
business.
else's.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we just hope that this new person who's taking charge, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and his newly appointed Energy Minister, the Honorable Jinapo, will find ways and solutions to maneuver us through this, because we can't really go back to another room so era.
No.
We can't. No, we can't. So
We are
please,
tired.
NDC should do something about this for us. We know it wasn't your doing, but please, there are no excuses
Yes.
as a government either. So yeah. Now moving on. Before we go on to today's topics for discussion, Galamsey. On Monday, we had a heated discussion here regarding Galamsey.
Yeah.
Now, a renowned investigative journalist, Erastus Donko, yesterday provided some intel on the state of the Galamsey affairs in the country. We all thought that with the change of power, it might have boiled down a little. But according to Erastus, it is still heating up in the areas of Pristia, Bekwa, and all these areas. In fact, there are new excavators which have been sent to sites to dig holes, destroy our lands. I understand that some other things need to be taken care of and all that, but Galamsey is a life-threatening issue. The president, it's been 2 months or close to 2 months.
Yeah.
Please, we need a statement on Galamsey. We truly need. Do we?
Yes, sir.
There is not something that we can. Look, water is life,
Yeah.
and this thing is affecting
Our water bodies.
and our water bodies. Is a stakeholder of our farms and everything.
Yes.
You see, the water that we see
Yeah.
has channels underground. It's not just there like that. It has channels underground. So whatever you're doing in the water body is affecting the land itself. You get it?
Yeah.
Because the land soaks in the water. You get it? So the chemicals and everything that you are putting in the water will end up in the food that we eat, will end up in the crop. Because there's copper component in soil. It is a nutrient that the plants depend on. Mercury is a metal. The plants can absorb some level of metal in the soil. Even though the soil already have these things or has these things, we adding more to what is necessary for the soil goes to hurt or harm us. I hope you get my point.
Yes.
So we politicized Galamsey. That's the issue. Instead of dealing with Galamsey, we played political football with it. See, if I say that, somebody will say I'm too hard on the previous administration and all that. But the issue is that the previous administration had its regional chairman engaged in Galamsey. Akonta mining, this Erastus, as I don't call,
Yeah.
same person said that Akonta mining was mining in a forest reserve without permit. And the then Lands and Natural Resources Minister, Jinapop, came out and said it was true. Akonta mining didn't have license to mine where they were mining.
Yeah.
What did the president do? When he met the bishops, he told them that Akonta mining is not mining in any forest reserve without even conducting any investigation into the matter. So what this does is that if NDC comes to power, they saw Untumi do it and went unpunished. They can also do it and they feel they will go unpunished. So it's like when these people come to power, there are people who do things with impunity without even recourse to the law or anything.
Okay.
So that is the problem. If we had tackled Galamsey as a crime and without political coloration, we would have been able to solve Galamsey.
Okay.
But we didn't. We did push and pull the political tug of war with it. You got an MP who sat in parliament, stood in parliament, and said that you people destroyed the water more than us. Another pray.
Yeah. True.
So if now the NDC people also come to power and they start doing, and another prayer starts to talk, they will also say you people also destroyed the water more than us because the precedent was set by you. You championed it. You said the fact that you destroyed the water less, it is okay. So okay, I can also do it and destroy the water less.
So what do you really think should be done regarding this Galamsey thing? Because I mean, it's actually getting out of hands.
Well,
because according to Erastus, since power changed hands, there are some sites that NDC people have gone there to sack the NPP people. Okay, Monica Kray, yes, you have so it's like from frying pan to fire.
Yes, that's how it's going to be if we don't step our foot down and then solve the issue. The thing is that it's now becoming a security threat.
Yeah,
we need to deal with it as if we are at war. I don't believe in this policy of shoot to kill, but if I come to you when you are committing a crime and you pull a gun on me, I have every right to also pull a gun on you.
Yeah.
If once you pull the gun, I don't have to wait for you to shoot first. I have to shoot first.
Yeah.
So if Erastus, as I don't call it, saying that these people are armed to the tooth,
yeah, they are.
I think that we shouldn't joke with these things and say, oh, we are giving. Recently, I heard the Ashanti regional minister giving them a 14-day ultimatum. For what? The people are destroying our water bodies and you're giving them 14 days ultimatum to do what? They should leave right now.
Yeah.
Because, you see, if you deprive me food, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But if you deprive me water, I have an issue with you.
Yeah.
Because they say water is life. The water is life that they say is not because you drink the water and get life. Because water gives life to everything. Water gives life to everything. Animals, crops, everything depends on water. Even if you want to build a house today, you need water. So the water we say is life, it's not just because you drink the water and get life. It's because every living thing, everything, every facet of our lives, there's water playing a significant role in it. You cannot wake up every day and wear one shirt and come to work and not wash it.
Yeah.
Even if you feel that the shirt is brown and you have to dry it, at a point in time when you wear it, you still feel your sweat in it.
Sure. So you still need to wash.
So we need water. And when you use mercury infested water to wash, it is a fabric. The fabric will soak the mercury, and when you put it on your skin, your pores will open and your skin will also absorb that same mercury.
Okay.
So in the end, Galamsey is not something that we should be playing with, something that you should be joking with.
Yeah.
I come from a village. It is called Sienchim. It is around Ahafo.
Okay.
That is where I grew up. My father was a farmer, a cocoa farmer.
Yeah.
And one of our cocoa farms is closer to one river called the Stray. When I was young, when you go to the farm, that is the water we drank from. But now, even a goat won't drink from that water body. A goat. You cannot use it for anything.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is that people around the river body has drilled, wells. Forgetting that even though the well water is clean, it still has a source from the river, because as I already said, it has underground channels.
Yeah.
So you might think your water is clean and you're drinking it, but in the end, you are drinking the same poison water, even though it looks clean. The issue with why the politicians are not willing to do anything about this is that they are the biggest beneficiary of these things. You get it? At the end of the day, the wound who was engaged in Galamsey that we all know after the elections, where is he? He's in London.
Yeah.
He can buy any amount of water he wants to drink.
Yeah.
He can even decide that when he comes back to Ghana, he will drink water imported water. And what can you do? It's you, me, the poor who suffers. So I think that we need to get our voices up in this case. Force the government to fight Galamsey. If we don't force them, there are people who will go and come and they will keep changing who owns the Galamsey site.
Well, we need to force the government hands to act, says the Big Steven. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show on Ghana Talks Radio, where Ghana talks, where Ghana listens. Now, moving on to our major topics today, we have a serious health crisis at hand, which is the HIV infection amongst the youth.
Yeah.
According to the Ghana Health Service, it is on the rise.
Yeah, it is
on the rise. It's actually researched that about 50 people get HIV every day.
Every day.
Yeah. In Ghana. What do you think is the cause of the rise of this HIV?
Why are you laughing?
I mean,
it is a mindset of the youth.
The mindset of
the youth. See, I was having this discussion with one young guy that comes close to me all the time, and then I told him that, look, HIV is real. He went like, yes, boss. Now, say, oh sorry, now they be I wash a condom. Now we not car boy. So, yeah, that's why he told me.
Wow.
Yes. He told me that if you wear condom and don't get HIV/AIDS, a car can knock you down and you still die.
And you still die.
This is the mindset of the youth now. You know why? When we were younger, we saw campaigns. We saw adverts.
Yes.
We had people coming to our schools to tell us the dangers involved with contracting HIV/AIDS.
Okay.
Do you hear those things now?
No. You don't even get to see the ads anymore.
No. So you see, you could at that time you could see a T-shirt and they've written at the back of the "Stop AIDS Now"
with the red.
Yeah, my mother was part of an NGO called Action Aid Ghana, and their sole purpose was to educate people the dangers of the HIV/AIDS. Where is the education? Where are the anti-AIDS campaign NGOs? Where are they?
So, do you think that the cause of this rise is mainly based on the less education or let's say alarm about the consequences of this.
Of course. If your mother don't tell you this poison, will you know that it's a poison? No. You might even put it in your mouth and you die because of your ignorance. So I feel that we are not being educated. The youth are not being educated about the dangers of HIV/AIDS. That is the problem as of now. And sometimes I feel that the youth don't even care whether you educate them or not.
Okay.
They will do whatever they want to do and deal with the consequences. After all, they will tell you that we have antiretroviral drugs now.
Okay.
You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, there are antiretroviral drugs now. If you get HIV/AIDS, you can manage it and all that. So we have normalized it. Now HIV/AIDS looks like malaria because you can decide to take your antiretroviral drugs every month or every day and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
There are people who would even tell you, say, you should not taste like Michael Jordan. Oh, HIV/AIDS. Well, you see, all these things plays a role in these things.
Sure.
But I feel that we need to set up as a country. We cannot have an unproductive youth. The youth is the backbone, the drivers of the nation. We are the workforce. We are the future. Anything the 70-year-old men cannot work to even pay tax to build the nation. We should take care of our health, work hard, pay taxes, help develop the country for the next generation. So I think that we need to take a critical look. We need to devise a policy as to how to educate our people on how the dangers of HIV, not to yourself but the people around you. Okay, if you have HIV/AIDS, through you, your child, your sister, your brother can also contract some. Do you want to die and drag your family along? So if we want to stay alive, then I think that we should take a critical look on where we eat and what we eat.
Okay.
I hope you get my point.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I said where we eat and what we eat.
I mean where we eat and what we eat.
And how we even eat it.
How we
So, social media. You didn't get it. You didn't get it.
I will go to heaven.
You didn't get it.
What we
eat, where we eat, and how we eat.
Oh Lord.
Okay, some people choose to eat with gloves on their hands and others don't.
Oh God. So this is Ghana Talks Radio.
Where you eat and what you eat.
You are with us on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
How you eat it.
How you eat your breakfast. Where you eat your breakfast.
Of course.
See, you can eat your breakfast on Ghana Talks Radio. With us, you are safe. You
can decide to remove your gloves and
you will still be safe. That's Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. You are still with us on our Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can join the conversation at Ghana Talks Radio. You can also join via WhatsApp 0202544614. Send your comment, views, suggestions, all that you have to say about the discussion, and we will get it interactive. You see, so you actually got what the big said. You see, I thought I was going to heaven with you. You see.
No. I know he just made a statement that we should be careful of what we eat, where we eat it, and how we eat it. And I think I got a memo, and that was it.
Actually, the memo was too clear for anybody.
Too clear.
So how didn't I get it?
I don't know.
You are being too serious this morning. Relax yourself.
It's Friday. I need to tone down.
It's Friday. So now social media is the ish, and I must say the youth is actively on social media. So how do you think it can be leveraged, like our digital platform can be leveraged to create awareness and then the prevention of HIV/AIDS? Because I feel people are being ignorant about this, because they haven't gotten the enough education they need to get on this issue, because they feel as if it's only through sex that you can get HIV/AIDS. So what are some of the strategies, or how can we leverage our digital platform to promote the prevention of HIV?
You see, one thing about social media is that social media gives people the choice to listen to what they want to hear, to play what they want to play, and do whatever they want to do. So if we are to use social media to work on this, of course we can run ads on social media platforms. But I feel that if we are to tackle just the social media thing, we will be making a big mistake. We will end up not getting our messages across. We were taught in schools. I don't think we still have RME in school.
No,
I don't think so.
It's been taken off.
RME, you would treat HIV as a topic. They will tell you the dangers of HIV. So it's not a choice. It's not like you can skip it. You'll be forced to sit in class and learn. But if we are to focus on only social media, me bought TikTok video is na mempa. So you get it. I just kept it. So we can run ads on social media, but we need to reintroduce the education back into our basic schools,
where it is a necessity.
Exactly.
It's mandatory
to learn about it.
Else we will be failing.
Of course, at a point we wanted to introduce comprehensive sexual education in our schools. At a point here in Ghana, we wanted to do that. So what is the big deal if we are to reintroduce religious and moral education, where children will learn about the dangers associated with unprotected sex and how you can even contract HIV. It's not just about sex. Sometimes you can be pricked by a needle, you can be pricked by a blade somebody else has used. And even this manicure and pedicure that the new generation love to do a lot. You know, you don't know who got caught, and you don't know whether their tools were even properly sanitized or taken care of. So all these things are things that we need to educate people about. But the education shouldn't be on social media alone, because the new generation, by the time he gets to the time he can use social media, his mind is already made up. He's not scared about anything anymore. But if we are able to take it to the basic level, where their minds, their brains are now forming, to get the grasp or conscientize them with the dangers of HIV/AIDS, I think that will be better than just focusing on social media.
Okay. Well, HIV, and you know, since we are talking about HIV and health matters, I want to use this opportunity to officially, unofficially introduce our health matters, Ghana Talks Health Matters. We will be having a doctor with us every Friday from next week, who will be coming to share with us educational gadgets on health, on various topics. It could be HIV, it could be cancer. So keep tuned into Ghana Talks Radio on our breakfast shows, because from next week we will be bringing you another what do we call it? Palate or something. Oh, bro, for Dimbia, what is that? We're bringing you a buffet. Yes, so we will be having Dr. George. It's popular on X, formerly known as Twitter. Yes, Dr. George will be in the studios with us from next week, Friday. Every Friday he'll be coming to give us some health tips, medication on our health. So Ghana Talks Health Matters will be kicking off from next week. You are still with us on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Radio. Join the conversation. Send your comments, your views with the social hashtag Ghana Talks BFS. Ghana Talks BFS on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. On to our next topic is the career services. Today, in the career services, delivery guys near the and ne ayo moda.
And I'm saying, I don't know if I have to say this.
Please say it.
I'm saying I'm more for Brunia. I'm saying I'm more for Brunia.
I'm for Afashi.
Oh, Brunia.
And since we all share ready, we are for
Bergerman.
Oh, good, yeah, Afashi. Yes, studios, I need battery now. Yeah, we have 3 people in the studio. 2 are not in red. 1 is in red. I mean, if an area join for fashion, they are there. Even though I haven't mentioned any name, depending for what I say, me say Ekuti. As you can see us on your screens, you know who is in red. So don't even let me mention any names. But
I don't like what's happening here. Allow me, allow.
Oh,
I don't like that.
But Dubi, have you mentioned
no.
See, he will go. It's you and I here. He will go.
Please, I need Ampare's number. I voted.
He will go. As you and I here, he will go.
But yeah, it's a good day, a great day for career services and Okada delivery guys. But particularly about these people, career services on Val's Day. What makes the day so important to these service people?
Of course, it is important to these service people because they see a business opportunity.
Yeah.
You get it.
Okay.
People would buy gifts for their loved ones. Yes.
So they will wait the entire year, 366 days.
Exactly my point.
And on one day,
and then
feel like buying something for their
you see,
one.
I think that the perception of Valentine, like we got it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get it. Valentine, Saint Valentine, didn't introduce love.
Wow.
Love existed before him. He wasn't the first boy or the first man to write a letter to his girlfriend. People had written letters, sent a pigeon to deliver those letters way long before
way back.
Saint Valentine did his own.
Okay.
But the significance of his action was the circumstances surrounding the whole issue.
Okay.
The man was about to be executed, so it gave it a level of reverence. You get it. But we have adapted it and decided that instead of exchanging letters, we want to exchange gift or something more than gift. And then if that happens, somebody needs to deliver the gift. Of course, if you are sending me to go give something to your girlfriend, at least I also demand a portion of exactly. Remember, even in the olden days when they used to have between us. He used to have between us.
No more post.
Exactly. We between you. Even if you are buying biscuits for your girlfriend, to get the betweener to deliver it, you need to buy
some for the betweener.
Yes. You saying that
exactly. You go and chop your own. You go and eat the biscuits that you were going to send to your girlfriend. So you need to buy two. The betweener will get his own or her own, and will send the other one to your girlfriend. You get it? So now the career services are between us, the modern day between us.
Yeah.
They have to deliver your present.
package.
Okay.
Even if it is some nice package you want to deliver it, you cannot. And today is not a holiday,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you cannot skip work, and all in the name of you're going to deliver a gift to your to your girlfriend. Of course, if you work for yourself, if you're self-employed.
Wait. Why do you keep gift to your girlfriend? The girlfriends, they don't buy gifts for their boyfriend.
You see, she's laughing. She knows what I'm coming to say.
Please say it.
Every celebration, everything celebration in Ghana is in the benefit of women. Of course.
Why?
So
How many men?
We don't regard the men.
Of course, men are now becoming an endangered species.
Oh.
No,
You see,
it's
how
because
many-
we just don't make noise about it.
No,
Who-
I beg,
who-
I beg.
No, it's because we don't make noise
How many
about
times-
it. Like the way you guys make
Who is the
noise about it.
Who is the we?
You
Who is
see,
the we?
Like yesterday we saw on Twitter a guy making noise that he bought 180 rose flowers for his woman, and people were bashing him now. Why would you buy 180 roses for women? What has your girlfriend got in you and
exactly.
Why
You
you
see-
men make noise about
No,
it, but
you
we
see-
do not make noise about it.
Is it?
Because you don't buy anything. If you buy things, you start making
That's
it.
it. That is it.
No, it's because we don't
Me,
show it off.
on any day, I would choose to celebrate my girlfriend,
Yeah.
any person that I love, differently. But I would not wait till Valentine to gift the person something. To kind of now say the person is special. The person is special to me every day, not just on Valentine's Day.
Okay. But people have this perception also about this whole Valentine being a ritual something that it's just like being a Christian. You don't choose only Sunday to be a Christian. Every day you are a Christian. You can be a Christian at work, at wherever. But then we choose one day to actually significantly celebrate Christianity, which is Sunday.
You're choosing Valentine's Day to significantly celebrate love. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
But it is not by force to gift anybody anything.
You know, you can actually showcase your love in so many ways.
Exactly.
Excluding
Gifts.
But this is something a certain gender
It's pushing.
they don't even want to listen to this part of
Oh, the apartmento.
someone told me.
San Americano. Me opa mento. You be block you. And you
See,
push.
Sam. Because for me, I don't mind if
Psalm 91.
I don't mind if my partner doesn't get anything.
Okay, let me ask you something. What is the biggest gift you've ever given to your partner?
The biggest gift I've ever
Yes, the biggest gift you've ever given your partner. Tell us about it.
No, I can't remember.
I want the entire production
But
to come and listen to this one.
I think we've gone on a dinner before.
On your bill?
Please.
Yes, on my bill.
Please.
On my bill.
As the examiner. This is not the answer to the question. What is the biggest gift you've gotten for your partner?
Oh, at least we've gone on a dinner.
Was it and you think that's it?
Oh, I think spending quality time together over cool music and then some sumptuous meal. I think that is memorable.
So the
rather than me giving you something that you use and then you even forget I gave you that.
The men, if you are listening today, you can actually buy cocoa this morning and invite them.
That wouldn't be accepted.
It is accepted by
maybe you can take me to breakfast at Kempinski or something.
Did you take your guy to Kempinski? Did you take your guy to Kempinski?
I think you see.
Did you take your guy to
Kempinski?
Oh, we didn't go to Kempinski.
Where did you go? Auntie Davis joined there.
We didn't go to Davis joint.
So when it was your turn, you took him to a normal place. But when it's not your turn, you want Kempinski.
But it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
We need pampering. See, we are the soft people.
That's what I don't get. They always make it seem like blood runs through them, but water runs through me.
Oh no, not that.
Is it?
Not that.
See.
Even Mothers and Fathers Day.
Yeah.
You see how I celebrate?
Yes.
You see.
Even on Father's Day, they still want the fathers to give them something.
Yeah.
Hey, Father's Day. Hey, Daddy, it's Father's Day, so you won't give me anything.
You see that? Nobody even remembers when the Father's Day is. Do you know when the Father's Day is?
I don't do.
Do you know when the Father's Day is?
Oh, it's in June.
I don't.
When?
In June.
Yeah.
When?
Second Sunday in June.
In June. Really?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
Second Sunday in June.
How you see you don't know. You don't know because people make noise about
I've
it.
never been celebrated.
What do you mean you have?
This is my father, but nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Oh no, but I don't know why it is the case. They make it seem as if men don't need pampering, but they also do.
Yes, we should be pampered.
Yeah.
Actually, we should be pampered.
Yeah.
Because look,
most of them,
you wake up in the morning, you struggle throughout the day, you bring everything you got to the house for your woman. The woman's money is not your money, it is her money. But your money is our money, including the kids. Including your kids.
It is believed that men are the head of the family.
In my next life, I'll
they are
ask
the
you
head
a
of the
woman.
family.
when it comes to providing for the family,
Men are the head. They are the head. They are the breadwinners.
when it comes to chores in the house, equal rights.
Yes. Beman no I been. Or bad been.
We've been cheated.
No, you haven't been.
Men are becoming endangered species. You see, in some generations to come,
Yeah.
the women rights today will switch. It will be the men's right because at a point in time, a time will come that a man will not have a right. Everything will be reserved for the woman. But I believe in equal treatment.
Yeah.
What I give you,
Yeah.
give me. The respect I give you, you give me. The importance I place on you, put it back on me.
Okay. But
You get it?
you know, before we move on to that aspect of love, still on the career services
Yes.
and all that, how safe is that service provision
You see,
on Bounce?
it is. We have a disorganized career service in Ghana. If you go outside the country into a more organized countries, everything is organized. They have the Amazon, they have other career services that do deliveries. There are some you can even track the delivery in real time. So if the courier service stops along the line, you know he has stopped, she has stopped.
Yeah.
But here no. Just 7. Why? There are times you order something and the courier guy will call you at 9. Boss who will fee me the other ball. At 9. Whether you are sleeping, whether you are awake, this guy don't care.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they don't even take the package and come to you directly. Like they collect packages around all Accra, so they deliver across all Accra. So if they get to your area at 11 p.m, they will call you at 11 p.m. to come for it. I think if we are going to do it, we should do it right.
Okay.
We should have an organized way of delivering stuff.
Yeah.
We are moving into an era where walking to the shop to buy things wouldn't be anymore. A time will come that you have warehouses and then website where you can go out there, order the things from the warehouse, and it will be delivered to you.
Okay.
So since that's the direction we are going, I think that we should organize the system properly, so that by the time we grow the system, it wouldn't be disorganized. And at that time, if you're trying to organize, it will be difficult. Now it's a smaller pool, so putting right measures in place wouldn't be difficult. We can have a career companies where you can register with them, like Bolt. You get it. So you have a motorbike, you want to do a courier service, you go register with them, and they will now take the product and give it to you. Okay. You go deliver, they take their percentage and all that. I think if you do that, all this overcharging, overpricing of things, delivering things on bad days will be a thing of the past. And I want to suggest this: if I buy the thing and I'm delivering it to you, you the receiver should pay the delivery. Because if you decide to go to the shop to buy it, the shop won't send you transportation fee to get to the shop. Sure. So for instance, today is Valentine. If I decide to buy AC something and then it's they should deliver it to her. Once I pay for the price of the thing, when it gets to AC, she should also pay for the.
But then AC could also argue that some of the men can say prepare me say.
If I'm home, no one's I
mean, in this instance, I will go with this. In this instance, I'll go because
you are bringing me a gift.
Yeah, for all you
need to pay.
AC don't even have any cash on her.
She should find it.
Then take your gift away.
So
you would actually
gift call. Hey, what if the price of the delivery is more than the gift you are bringing me?
Do you know what is in the gift in the first place? It is wrapped. How do you know the price is?
I wouldn't know, but I shouldn't be allowed to pay for.
You see, the value of a gift is not the price. It should be in the intent.
Okay.
The intention that I want to gift you water should matter more than the price of the water.
Okay.
I thought about you. Can you pay for the tot? You want to talk about price? Can you pay for the tot?
No. Well, in regards to the delivery and the pricing and all that, we've seen people complain constantly about delivery charges.
Yes.
Like, how do we control this thing?
I've already given an answer to that.
Yeah.
If we have an organized system.
Yeah. What would be your suggestion on an organized system?
That is what I said.
Yeah.
A company, people, entrepreneurs should look at establishing a company where individual career services, like people who have motorbikes, will register onto the service. Like the way they do boat. I mean, boat didn't buy a car for anybody. No. They just came, built the platform, and then people now started registering. So that's what they should do. And now, that company will control the pricing. Okay. Because when you go on the boat, the driver doesn't charge you. Okay. It is the app that calculates the distance, factor in traffic and all that, and now give you a charge. If you can, you pay. If you can't, you wait a little. If the prices go down, or if it is out of peak hours, then you can order. So even if we do this, it means that some people who goes to work in the morning can get their product delivered to them in the night, because you can pick both in the night. Unlike the olden days where if you need a taxi in the night, you have to go and knock your neighbor's door and wake him up to come and drive you to wherever you want to go. Now you can go onto boat and get a ride and go. That same thing can be done for career services as well.
Okay. Someone says that they bought food, they are no OBD for 35 cedis. Nipa no deliver. Now, that particular thing, let's say I'm a food vendor, sell food, and then you order food for me. Is to be delivered. Who should take the delivery fee?
Well, this is dicey, but I think that you who bought the food should take part of the delivery fee.
You should take part.
Yes.
Not full.
Yes.
Part.
Yes. Okay. If I walk to your restaurant to buy food, I don't serve myself, you serve me.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I'm sitting in my home buying the food. How do you serve me as if I came to your shop to buy the food? I think that if I buy food worth 70 cedis and the delivery fee is 40 cedis, we should share the price. You pay 20, I pay 20. Because at the end of the day, I don't even know the guy who is delivering the food. You can employ, the guy is now the waiter. The guy who is delivering the food to me now becomes the waiter. Who pays the waiter at your restaurant? Are you not the one who pays it? Even though the price of the waiter, the salary of the waiter is factored into the price of the food I'm buying. But the consumer doesn't feel it, because at the end of the day, he didn't pay the waiter. You get it? So that's how it should be. For instance, if you even don't want to pay, you can say, okay, the 70 cedis food now becomes 90 cedis. No delivery fee. The customer wouldn't feel it. If I have the 90 cedis and I have to buy the food without paying any delivery fee, I'll buy. And I think that these delivery guys, since it is not organized, should be on the payroll of the people they are delivering for.
Okay. Because sometimes you see that the delivery guy will come and he will charge you like outrageous. Sometimes the delivery is even more than the food.
Yes. I think that they should take a second look at it. I see in Ghana, when something starts, when you start doing something, we don't regulate it until it gets out of hand.
Okay.
But I feel that we should start regulating these things. Once something comes up, we should start regulating it and all that. So we can build a proper ecosystem where we can all coexist. You get it? That's what I think about the whole issue.
So in this case, is it the duty of the government or structuring this thing to?
We have an agency called the Consumer Rights Agency.
Okay.
Consumer Protection Agency. They are called something like that.
Okay. So they should look at it.
Yes, why are they not looking at it?
Maybe they haven't been petitioned yet.
Who should petition them?
The public.
No, we don't have to petition anybody. They are in the country. They are there to protect the consumer's right.
Okay.
So the consumer doesn't have to petition anybody. They have to take up these things.
Okay.
And develop a policy framework and make sure the consumer is protected.
You see, the funny thing in our country is this thing, and I'm not even going to lie. If not for the big here, who is into the laws of our land, I have never known about these people before. The Consumer Rights Protection Agency or whatever they are.
The right information.
So they are just there. There's an agency who are definitely being paid by taxpayers' money and yet not serving the taxpayer what they are supposed to do for the taxpayer.
Yeah.
So the Consumer Agency Rights something. Please do well to look at this thing for consumers, the citizens. We consume, because I can't be buying a check for 40 cedis and be paying 55 cedis for delivery. Why? And I said, the fat could do, or maybe I'm going to grand. So something needs to be done about these things, please. On to our
let me read something from the Consumer Rights Agency website.
All right.
Corporate overview. The Consumer Protection Agency was born out of the need of the Ghana's consumer to be represented by a recognized body.
Okay.
As our economy has become increasingly industrial and products and services more devised, the national system of standard checks and balances are being tested.
Okay.
I hope you get it.
Yeah.
Okay. The CPA is here to increase public awareness and enhance the appropriateness and effectiveness of this system. Effectiveness. While facilitating enforcement, our goal is to aid the policymakers in enforcement, management, and measurement of basic standard. In the long term, we believe this will ensure the rights of consumers, of customers and consumers and corporates alike are respected in all sectors of the Ghanaian economy. are they doing their job in this regard?
No. To me, they are not.
This is their website. I'm on their website right now.
Okay. Corporate
CPA.
CPA.
That's their website.
Consumer Protection Agency.
Yes.
I think we should get one of their representatives into the studios.
Of course.
To talk to them, because this thing really needs to be looked at. It really needs to be looked at, honestly. CPA.
I think one of their former bosses, or is he still their boss, is Kofi Kapito or something.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Please, production, kindly help us with getting one of their representatives into the studios one of these days to talk about this name heckling issue on citizens and consumers, because everything and then go for madam for be same go so to the crash delivery no more sending
I sometimes get, when I'm buying something online, I get discouraged because of the delivery fee. Because looking at the price of what I'm buying and then the delivery fee is half of that price. So why would I even order for it in the first place?
Sometimes it's even more. For instance, you want to buy a boxer shorts and it costs 40 cedis. The delivery guy charges you 50.
Then what is the essence of even ordering it?
Then it means if you're just buying one boxer shorts, you have to go to counter yourself and buy. Even TNT from wherever you are to the place will
even get up to that.
But sometimes, if it was a little bit reasonable, you then calculate the time, the energy, and all that, and just give. But sometimes the prices they charge is unreasonable. Yes.
Please, we'll definitely get in touch with the CPA to address this issue for us as people, because it's not helping. The boys in the WhatsApp group are saying that baby na and to me and to idea and for because delivery net that so and Shannon will be girlfriend.
But looking at Val's Day and looking at social media again, do you think it has influenced the celebration of Val's Day? Because it looks like Obia person will show you off. This is what my partner got me. This is what my partner got me. Simply because of the pressure they are seeing on social media. Do you think social media has influenced the celebration of Val's Day?
Of course, social media has influenced everything, not just the celebration of Val's Day. Now, a lot of people do things for the social media likes and comments and engagement and friends. So I was with these people. One girl was about to celebrate her birthday. She called her friend, gave her money to organize a surprise birthday party for her. For instance, I'm with you guys. I want to celebrate my birthday, and I give you money. Oh, Charlie, Jenna, organize a surprise birthday. And when I come out, pretend as if it is.
For what?
If I was the friend, I would spend that money.
So somebody wants to propose to his girlfriend, and he will organize people.
Yes.
And they'll be having cameras, taking videos just to post for social media. I feel that certain things about us should remain private.
Yes.
We should learn to have privacy, even with the influence of social media. For instance, if somebody buys me a gift, why must I post it? I just have to tell the person thank you.
Exactly.
The person, I just have to tell the person thank you.
And that ends it.
And if we have a mutual friend, I can tell our mutual friend, oh, Isi, or marry to Ade Chemio, Boamena Yandanase.
That's it.
By posting it to people who don't even know Omari, what would they do? What do they have to do?
It will let them hold you in a certain caliber, that kind of thing.
So now, I think that has influenced a lot of boys, a lot of guys to do things, or even girls to do things that are inappropriate. You know, I heard this story that now there are pimps who will take you to Dubai, you go do whatever you have to do, you come back home with money to come and blow, flex, show off.
Just like that.
All because we want to get social media engagement, social media likes and all that. But the saying that they used to tell us when we were growing up, dimpa, you get it. But sometimes you need the ahunya to sustain the dimpa.
That's
but
it's true.
Sometimes you need the ahunya to sustain the dimpa.
It's not sometimes. Almost all the time.
But the thing is that how you get the ahunya will also give you the dimpa.
Okay.
So it is like a cycle.
Yeah.
You get it. In as much as you are looking for dimpa, you must also get ahunya. And the way you get the ahunya is the way you sustain the dimpa. You get it.
Yeah.
So I think social media has come to help us, but we should also look at the negatives of social media and address it as people. It's something that you don't need somebody to come and tell you. It is something that you need to do yourself. Sometimes I see people doing this butt enhancement and all that. So I ask them, when you're 50 years, what the better? Now you're 20. Now you are in your 30s. But you forget that you get to 50 years and nobody will care about that your butt that you've enhanced. What the better? All for social media pictures. Hey, get with it. She's curvy you, or the guys will be sliding in your DMs and
guys and they're fast.
And then they're cool.
And no. At the end of the day, all that we do is to like us, hype you. Fake, it's even a fake hype. You did 50 now, you did 50.
Yeah, telling us the fake
hype. Yeah, so I think. But on to our last topic for discussion. Valentine's Day gifts. Some are asking, and I want to read it word by word. What people will say, is it fueled by love, social expectations, or commercial exploitation? The Val's Day, the gifting that we hype it with, is it genuinely fueled by love, or is it just for the social clicks? Or it's another form of exploitation between two people?
Well,
is it even two people? That's not right. Two or more people.
We have the main meter and the illegal.
The illegal ones. Hey, Charlie. Thames Day. Yeah. So
you see, this thing of gift, it should be what you have to give. So I wouldn't, when you are forcing me to buy you something, that is when I think that it's going to be exploitation. Or when you think that I should give you something before I can get something, that becomes exploitation. But if you ask me for an iPhone 16 Pro Max and I don't have it, you've not exploited me. If you now use our relationship to say you either buy me this or we are breaking up,
break up,
that then becomes exploitation. And I feel that if you are in a relationship, you should know your guy's pocket or should know your woman's pocket. You should know what he can afford and what he cannot afford. So I believe that sometimes we the guys too, we put ourselves in situation that doesn't help us. We want the girl to know that yes, I'm here.
Boss.
Exactly. Me will be. You get it? But if you go and you're honest with the girl, my dear, I feel I'm starting up for. You get it? On Tiasia uncle for
Hey!
No, let me ask you this.
There are many fishes in this sea.
You see?
Hey, the fish I want.
Then you have to.
They have to wait.
You have to wait. No, you have to wait and work until you get the fish. You are able to afford.
By the time I wait and wait,
and let me tell you something. Let me ask you this: you think that when Despite started his life, the girls that he proposed to that turned him down because he's broke, now they don't wish they had him as a husband?
Now they wish.
Now they wish.
Okay.
He's one of the richest guys around. I don't know how deep his package is, but what we've seen on social media and other things. So you should go into a relationship with a genuine purpose.
Yeah.
What is causing this problem is that now guys go into relationship for the body, for the fun of it, and the girls also know this. So they've decided that if you want the body, then you must pay to get the body.
Where do you think it stems from? This particular analogy that did this stem from the girls, the guys knowing that okay, the girls are only coming because of my pocket too. Then me too, let me exploit their body in favor of my pocket. Or it was rather the girls who saw that okay, these guys are coming.
Well, I cannot tell the origin, the origin of this problem. But the thing is that if you want the body, it is only right you pay for the body.
Okay.
But that's prostitution.
Oh.
You have to pay. So and go and come.
Yes, that is what I said. If you want the body, then you must pay for the body. But if you go with a genuine intent, I've seen this girl. I like her. I'm not just chasing her for the body. I want to have something solid with her. I want to have a future with her. Yeah. You go, you pitch the whole proposal are proposing to a girl wouldn't wake up unless she has seen you before and she has a crush on you. That's a different thing. But if you see a girl and you are having a crush on the girl, you have to now convince the girl as to why he should be with you. And that is when some guys confuse it with, oh, let me shower the girl with gifts, let me give her money, let me do this, let me do that. And once you start giving a certain treatment to a girl, she gets used to it and she will always expect that kind of treatment. That's why some girls can say, or pay me for front, no, chema dear, or surprising me. Onya mi dear. So don't start what you cannot finish.
But is it about the person not being able to finish? Because sometimes, it's not sometimes, right now in our dispensation, it's more like this is the perception the girls have portrayed to us.
Yeah.
If your pockets are not deep, if you can't shower me with this,
there are girls now too who loves genuinely, regardless of no. It depends on the kind of girl you want.
See, it depends on the kind of girl you want. Matter sound, but yes. All the ones that you've been seeing, it is not depending on it.
Start seeing different ones. Start seeing different ones. You see, there are girls. Excuse me.
Sorry.
See, honestly speaking, I tried seeing different ones. It wasn't only me. All the boys in the WhatsApp group, they tried seeing.
Hey, you have a group. Hey, boys.
Add me to that
group. The group is one. In that group is where we chat about all these things. You the ladies, make us feel like if I can't get you this, if I can't take you here and all that, I can't be in a relationship with the lady. So the guys are also coming with, okay, then let me portray myself in that same space she wants to see me. Then she feels the real pepe.
You see, women are not unreasonable people. Let's not forget about this. Women are very reasonable people, just like men.
Okay.
So
they can be reasonable people, but they can never be just like men, please.
In the context of reasonability, let me say, just like men. Every human being can be reasonable if they want to, but it depends on the conditions. For instance, if I meet a girl today and I like the girl. This is me. This is all I have. I'll be there for you in this case, in this case, in that case. But since we are building for the future, let's do this and do that and do that. You see, there are men who approach women when they were broke, and once they made it, they left the woman for another woman that they feel is now at their level.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, a woman will only be committed to you if you are committed to her. She would give you the leeway to invest your resources in ways that will benefit you when he feels or realizes that this man is mine. He is going to be there for me. We are building this together. If you don't give the feel to a woman that way, of course, what is the guarantee that metana hona me ye me ho awimfo a wonya bi a one me betena?
Well, that also, yeah.
Nti me disika no. Eyi ya na eyi anyi ya no bi akọ ne.
No bi akọ ni be.
Obi amoka. Obi amoka. You get it?
Okay.
So I think this is a very simple issue that it doesn't even need too much time to deliberate over. It is just about having an understanding with your girl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then I mean, so the gifts.
Okay.
What falls it on Val's Day especially? Let's really use today as a thing. What do you think falls it?
The gift.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things happen on Val's Day.
Okay.
A lot of things.
Good or bad?
A lot of things.
A lot of
you can
things.
decide to say good or bad. A lot of things happen. For instance, you've been chasing this girl for God knows how long, and then you want to impress her. You want to get her attention onto you. You need to do something extra.
Extra fuck.
Yes, for all you know, you are not the only person chasing the girl. And remember, baby, pay the same girl out, and everybody is trying in a small way to convince the girl to choose him. So now it is dependent on you whether you want to invest in gifting the girl something to draw her attention towards you or not. Okay, do you know the number of men who buy beads?
Beads.
Yes.
Beads. Like
Yes,
beads.
Waist beads.
I'm not quite to waist beads. That's what I chose. Oh no. Oh no, be
Or touch it.
or tabre or ban or touch it.
That's my sound.
You don't know anything.
I don't have a romantic life.
You are so beads.
Come for class.
I need to.
Come for class.
From who? From who, you?
Well, no, you.
No.
You're telling us how we should eat it and what to eat
And
there.
where to eat it?
That food there, you need to explain.
It is the normal food. Send your plate to be an
So, who buy beads?
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you buy beads?
You buy some?
No.
But the boys in the WhatsApp groups, I should ask you.
I don't buy some because, but I know people who have bought some. Yes, I was witness to some crap.
Just as.
Oh, to me, so no, I was going to say, wait, Osha. As soon as he said,
I just received a message from DJ Rock. He said DJ Q is among those people.
Hey, producer.
we are soon as he said, once we are in the calendar.
And in the calendar.
You see that?
Oh, I see.
So a lot of things happens on Val's Day. You know, if you're married and you want to give your wife something on a Val's Day, it is beautiful. It is romantic. It makes the day beautiful.
Yeah.
It spices up the day.
Okay.
But what I don't get is you sitting somewhere and demanding a gift. A gift shouldn't be demanded.
Yeah.
A gift should be something I give voluntarily to
Really.
you out of my own will. Oh, AC, today is Val's Day. I want to go and buy you bikinis. Fine. You get it?
Why bikini?
Oh, so the Beko Beach.
It's used
Pascal mommy.
There we go. So Pascal,
No, I'm not bikini for Pascal.
It's used
to bikini.
Oh no, I don't swim.
That's why.
She doesn't swim.
Eh, like if I was.
That's it.
And then we to raincoat taban. So you can do that out of your own will. You don't tell me what I should give to you as gift. I decide what I want to give to you as gift.
Okay.
But nowadays, people can tell you, hey, maybe obeto me and then Peruvian and two, and Brazilian mentor.
So
and frontal
like those things, those accessions for
Obasima and Misika Besson, I'm saying time, you know.
Which one is Obasima?
Hey, there's this hair that is called Obasima and I was.
Hey, no, do we close things?
You come for class.
Yeah, the boy, the boy,
And
rubber.
when you want to be there.
We ask my.
This is the Valentine edition of Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Radio.
Okay, so one last thing, like you said, assuming you don't have money, only capre, you know the packet of your partner, and you know this one there. Maybe if I was gifts, what are some of the creative things you can do for that partner?
Okay, you see, gifts is not something that it's not only bought. Gifts can be made. There are some memories that you make with somebody that in their minds are gifts. Okay, so you live with your wife at home. You don't have money to buy her Peruvian hair. You don't have money to even take her out or anything. As a man, you can put something together. You can cook something. As I already said, the value of gift shouldn't be in the price. It should be in the intent. Intent of giving something. So you can make something nice. Cook something. Tell her things. Nice. Tell her something. Even if you cannot gift her anything, communicate your heart out. I wish I could give you this. I can't for now, but my heart is pure. I love you. Tell the person things. Yes, sir.
My heart is pure. The girls behind the WhatsApp group say they are not taking that one.
Okay, you see,
it's action, not words.
You see, they will take it. If they see the action backing the words. Because, for instance, you've been with the person throughout the year. The person knows, oh, as soon as you do in your sika or top crab remi. Sometimes you go to town, when you're coming, you see something you buy for your girl. You get it. If you've done some before and on Vast Day you don't have money to do it, she would kind of be reasonable. As I said, women can be reasonable if they want to.
Wow, she will be reasonable if some days, not on Vast Days, she'll try and surprise her with gifts. This is where we end the show on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Radio, and we will be coming your way same time on Monday. Thank you, Dubik, Steven. Thank you to my very beautiful AC who anchored the co-hosting of the show. Now, before I leave the studios, today is a birthday of a very good friend of mine that I've known since 2015. So there's like a decade of knowing him. His name is Esare Kofi Brago. Now there's a story between me and this guy. There was a time in my life I was so broke. I was so broke, and this guy took it upon himself that every day he feeds me.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
We all have those people in our
Charlie.
We all have those people. Every human being has that kind of person in their life.
On your special day, Kofi Valentine, I want you to understand how appreciative and grateful I am to you for how good you've been to me as a friend and as a brother. And on this day, I wish you nothing but the answer to all your heart's desires and prayers from the heavens. God bless you. God bless your new age. We will end the show here. I'm sad and happy because I don't have a Valentine, but then it's also saved me cost and money.
Why can't be a Valentine?
Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the weekend. Bye.
I can be a Valentine. Bring me a chocolate too.